SDNY described as individual one. We don't talk enough about the IRS. I mean, to your knowledge, did the IRS ever look at or study what you looked at and studied, and should they have?
It's a black box. We don't know. We know that he's under audit, and he had a large audit going back years and years, but it was for behavior from 2008, 2009, and it was ongoing as of not long ago. We know, but we don't know where that's at. I mean, it's really kind of a bit of a mystery, and other. There are things that we found in our reporting that we thought were worthy of investigation. And I just want to make one point, because I keep thinking about, there's been a lot of discussion of just about, talking about whether or not, just because there is a crime, should it be prosecuted? And I don't want to, I just think about that. I had a conversation this morning with somebody who, it was about Trump, but it wasn't about this. And at the end of the conversation, though, he mentioned, and he said, I really just want to say to you, because you're writing about this stuff and you think about this, he felt it was really unfair that they were bringing this, and he just said, it seems like such a small crime to be going after him, and that they're doing it just because it's him, and it's not fair. It's such a small thing. There's a lot of companies that probably falsify business records, and it's unfair. And I think that that's the other side of this coin, that it may have that effect on a lot of supporters out there, and he's going to be playing off that. But I don't think this is necessarily a slam dunk, that this is not going to, this is going to hurt him. I don't see that necessarily, and I think a lot of people may have that reaction. The person was fairly, it was soft-spoken, he was a very measured person, and felt it was unfair, and he just wanted to say that in a really plain way. And it struck me when he did that I think that this is a bit of a bouncing ball that could go either way for Trump. It is a misdemeanor that they're going to try and get up to a larger, possible consequences. But that's the way this person saw it. I just thought that was really interesting. They're kind of not deep in this, and they came away with that.
I appreciate that, Susanne. I mean, listen, having covered the Access Hollywood tape disclosure in real time on live TV, and Donald Trump telling Megyn Kelly that she had blood coming out of her here, there, and everywhere. I mean, in a million years, I wouldn't have had it on my bingo card that would help him win. So to try to predict how Trump's base of supporters, who night after night after night after night are pounded with what we now know are knowing, witting lies from the primetime anchors, is a fool's errand. I mean, that's why the justices must deliver.
I don't think anybody's
arguing
to
see accountability. You do.
Absolutely. And I think you do the right thing, and the chips fall where they may. But I do think it's not quite that simple, because you got to make sure you can win the case. I think this is not a slam dunk case for a bunch of reasons Andrew can tell you about better than I do. And so, one, you got to win it, and then two, you do have to understand that there will be these follow-on consequences, and they have much bigger implications for all of us in our democracy than whether he is convicted or not of this writing this check many years ago. And I just want to think about those, and I want to be prepared to deal with them, is I guess what I'm saying.
Do you think Alvin Bragg and Merrick Garland should think about this?
Look, I think any prosecutor's got to win a case they bring. I think if you're bringing it with these kind of consequences, you sure as heck want to. But can I just say, why is it that every time people want to move forward and not look backward, it helps the Republicans? Because I feel like if this was Hillary Clinton, they would have nailed her to the wall. I feel like,